you were, when we left for the break, you were telling us about getting back into the vehicle to go back to 43 Laurel Glen Drive. Do you remember that?
Correct.
And you told us that you had been looking at the damage and you knew that it was going to be very expensive for Jack Snyder, right?
I assumed, yes, correct.
And you said that Mr. Valle said, "Fuck these kids. You're going to let them do you like that?" You remember that? And that he was more angry than anyone else, correct? And that because you knew Tyler Rich and the Riches through your cousin and lots of other Shelton High kids, right?
Correct.
That you thought it would be a good idea to go back down there and talk to them, right?
The little liquid courage, I thought it would be a good idea.
A little liquid courage, you thought it would be a good idea. Well, you told us I didn't think I had a problem with them, right?
Didn't it?
You'd been involved in the fight at 5 Lazy Brook earlier that night.
I was.
You just pulled up and been swarmed by 30 to 40 kids, right?
Correct.
Pounding on the car, right?
Correct.
Smashed the windshield, right?
Correct.
Chased you, as you saw in that video, down towards the end of the road even after you'd left, right?
Correct.
You thought you didn't have a problem with them?
Just thought they wouldn't just jump me. Like, I thought I would be able to talk to Tyler Rich.
Okay. And if you were going to be, if you were in a troubling or unsafe situation, you would expect Mr. Snyder to help you, right? That would be your expectation?
It's an expectation. I'll allow it. Overruled.
I would expect, yes.
If you were in a dangerous situation, you would expect Mr. Valle to help you, right?
Yes.
It didn't surprise you when Mr. Valle got into the car with you, did it?
Not fully.
No, not at all, right? It didn't surprise you at all that somebody you'd known since 5th grade, spent nights at their homes with, saw every weekend, got into the vehicle when you were heading back to 43 Laurel Glen Drive. It did not surprise you, did it, sir?
That did not surprise me.
No, it didn't surprise you at all. You didn't say, "Whoa, Mr. Valle, you seem angrier than anybody else here. Don't get in this car with me," did you?
Did not say that.
And you weren't scared that if you went back there, these 30 to 40 people might swarm you again?
Like I said, knowing Tyler Rich and knowing the Shelton kids, no, I wasn't.
Well, Tyler Rich and the Shelton kids were the same ones that had just swarmed you only minutes before, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now for some reason you thought that they wouldn't do that again?
Well, I thought because, I mean, that's all of us in a car. Me coming up alone, trying to talk to them would be a different situation.
Well, again, you weren't expecting to go back there alone. You got into the car, so you knew that Mr. Snyder was going to be in there with you, right?
I knew Mr. Schneider. I knew Schneider. I knew Valle was going to be in the car, but I knew myself was going to get out. I did not know Lito was going to get out.
You didn't expect if you were going to get out and go face 30 or 40 people that had just swarmed you, that Mr. Valle would get out of the car to be there with you?
I did not expect it.
I'll allow it.
I did not expect that.
But you told us you would expect him to help you if you were in a dangerous situation.
Objection asked and answered.
Sustained.
Why didn't you just walk back to the house?
Asked Jack to drive me.
I understand what you did. I asked, why didn't you just walk back to the house?
I don't know. I don't have a clear answer for that.
Well, you just told us that you were expecting to go up there and talk to them by yourself.
Yeah.
But you got into the car.
I did.
That Mr. Valle and Mr. Snyder were already in, according to you.
Correct.
And you told Mr. Snyder, "Take me back there."
I did.
When you got back to the house, or at some point before you got back to the house, you say you heard Mr. Valley say, "Jack, give me the knife."
Correct.
But you didn't see him give him the knife.
Did not.
And you didn't see the knife any time thereafter.
Did not.
You didn't see Mr. Valley with the knife in his hand opening the blade.
Did not.
You didn't see Mr. Valley take the blade and flash it out the window.
Did not.
You didn't see Mr. Valley do anything with the knife at any time. Is that fair to say?
Correct.
And you get out of the car once you got back there, right?
Correct.
And you start walking into the yard.
Correct.
It's your recollection that there was nobody in the yard when you pulled up?
Yes.
And you got out and you walked straight up into the yard, right?
Correct.
You said right in front of the mailbox?
Yes. I walked almost like a straight shoot up.
And you were just a little past the grass and onto the driveway?
Correct.
Where were you heading?
I was heading to talk to someone until I was greeted.
You were going to go knock on the front door?
No.
Were you by the cars that were parked in the driveway?
Not that I could recall.
Do you remember any vehicles being along the sides of the road?
Not that I can recall.
And then at some point you realized that Mr. Valley was also out of the car with you, right?
Correct.
And you turned to him and you said, "Mr. Valley, go get back in the car," right?
No, I actually did not say that.
Well, you didn't say, what are you doing? Get out of here. You're going to cause a problem."
I said, what are you doing?
Oh, you did. You said, "What are you doing?"
Yes.
Did you tell that to the cops when you spoke to them?
I did.
What was his reaction when you said, "What are you doing"?
He just didn't say anything back.
They didn't pull the knife out and say, "Well, I'm here to kill somebody."
He did not.
An object based on that call.
I'll allow it.
You didn't turn around and get back in the car because now your plan that you told us about had changed, because now it wasn't just you out of the car.
Correct.
Why didn't you just go get back in the car at that point? Your plan had changed.
So in the moment, I didn't think of it. Kept walking. My plan was to talk to Tyler Rich.
Because it didn't surprise you that Mr. Valley was out of the car with you when you were going to do this, right?
Did, but I didn't think anything too heavy about it.
You knew this was a dangerous situation that you were walking into, right?
At the time, the way I felt, I didn't think it was going to be dangerous just because I thought it was just me walking up, talking to kids that I know and they know me and my family.
You thought those 30 or 40 kids that had surrounded the vehicle and knew you and your family and were jumping on it and smashed the windshield were now going to be happy to see you.
I wouldn't say happy.
He thinks those 30 kids were shot.
Consistent.
Your expectation was that you would be greeted peacefully.
Yeah.
You knew some of the kids there at that party, correct?
Yeah.
How many?
I don't know.
And by your own account, Mr. Valley didn't know any of those kids, right?
My knowledge, no.
And you said seeing him coming up was not smart.
No, I don't think so.
But you walking up, that was smart.
My head, yes, it was.
And you described Mr. Valley as being upset and angry at that point.
I did, correct.
And that was based on his face?
It was based on before we went down his words with the car.
Okay. So when you got out of the car and he was following you up, how close to you was he?
7 to 8 feet to my right.
To your right and behind you?
I would say a little bit behind.
You were leading the way.
I was, but he was 6 to 7 feet to the right, and maybe a little bit behind.
And watching your back.
You could say that.
At that point, he wasn't doing anything like squaring up with anybody.
No.
He wasn't flashing a knife at anybody.
Nope.
Didn't have his hands in his pockets.
Nope.
Didn't have his shirt pulled